Louise Fouque, a justice of the Supreme Federal Court, has just made Alexander de Moraes' life even more difficult. Today, Malu Gaspar brought more news about this whole connection between Moraes, his wife, and so on. And Fuchs has requested a review in 101 trials related to January 8th. And little by little, the Supreme Court justice who made that decision, acquitting President Bolsonaro and several others who were extremely wronged, is going to leave Moraes in a complicated situation. At a time when that guy, Ricardo Lewandowski, folks, former Supreme Court justice, because his mother was friends with Marisa Letitia. He's physical therapist, clinical physical therapist, right? A city councilwoman went to court. Ricardo Lewandowski's Ministry of Justice accepted it to try to challenge the campaign, Flavio Bolsonaro's ticket. Consider the role of a physical therapist councilwoman from Manaus, right? Then I ask, how many council members are there who could be doing the same thing, but with real facts, for example? Lulinha, Lula's son, has already left Brazil. He's gone, came here to spend a few days, New Year's vacation, Christmas, and he's already gone. His name started coming up a lot in the media. Then the guy just took off. I'm gonna show you everything here. The video is amazing, but hit that like button. The like really helps our work, especially when you share it in groups, WhatsApp groups, Telegram, Facebook. I'm going to show you everything here, my friends, but before I start, just a quick reminder. We have Wesley and Fervor, right? Available for everyone. It's a natural weight loss. Are you going to do it? Especially during these end-of-year parties. Sometimes we end up going a little overboard, right? Sometimes we eat a little more and all that, right? And then we always get that worry, right? What do we do to lose inches, to lose weight? Here's a product with which I lost more than 20 kilos. Everyone asks about it. Fabiano Guiguet. Wow, you lost weight fast. Yes, my friends, a lot of willpower. And a product that helps. It's a little powder, look, it's a little powder that you take and mix in water. It tastes like orange juice. It's like Tang, right? Similar. And it suppresses hunger, right? You feel less hungry, right? Soon you'll be able to lose weight. If I can do it, my friends, I'm living proof. Just a few months ago, look at these photos. I had a friend of mine, right? We were together. He said, "You were chubby, Fabiano, you were chubby." It had been a while since he last saw me. We ended up meeting yesterday. Great guy, my friend Gilberto, big hug to him. "You were chubby, Fabiano, you lost weight." I said this. Look, it's Slim Ferv, right? I'm there every day, right? Promoting on the channel, it's a really great product for you who want to lose weight much more easily. No worries. We know it's hard. It's hard. I run every day and I wasn't able to lose weight. It was Slim Ferv that helped me, right? To lose more than 20 kilos. The link is right here below for everyone who wants to take advantage and check it out. Summer is coming and you'll look great, right? It's great. It really improves your quality of life, my friends.
Guys, it was predictable, right?
A little too predictable. Subtitles Ministry of Justice before Ricardo Lewandowski leaves subtitle. He left this here. He asked the federal police to investigate Flavio Bolsonaro. Look, subtitle by Sonia, the accusations against the people on the right are for what they say, and this one doesn't hide anything anymore. The other cases involving Inácio's son and so on, for serious corruption, for all kinds of atrocities, there isn't even an investigation into the sons. So, on the part of these authorities, the federal police is investigating the case. But it's like this, asking for authorization from one, asking for authorization from another. And here, against Flavio Olha, in one of Ricardo Lewandowski's last acts as head of the Ministry of Justice, he sent the federal police, at the request of a congresswoman, to investigate. Flavio Bolsonaro. Look at the reason. The reason was a post by Flavio associating Lula with Nicolas Maduro. Look at the reason why Ricardo Lewandowski sent it to the federal police to investigate Flavio. Because Flavio associated Lula with Maduro, even though they are best friends. Together, Lula brought the guy here, rolled out the red carpet, and had Air Force officers salute him. For him, one of the biggest embarrassments the armed forces have ever committed against Brazilian society. It leaves us wondering, right? The other day marked the anniversary of that treachery by General Dutra. If those guys set up ambushes against their own people, just imagine those characters in a war situation. It's every man for himself, and the people are left adrift. The guy confessed. There, we caught them, let them go, made people believe they would leave the next day, and then arrested more than 1,000 people. The director of the federal police, very proud. We're going to get into the Guinness Book. Let's see if we can make it into the Guinness Book. And we managed to arrest more than 1,000 people there in that concentration camp against Flavio. He linked Lula to Maduro and vice versa. Then this scandal broke, right? In the sights of the federal police, Lulinha leaves Brazil and returns to Europe. Lulinha will return to Madrid. He spent the last few weeks in Brazil. Lulinha, as he is known, leaves the country. At the moment when the federal police investigated the information that he was allegedly the main operator of schemes involving retirees and pensioners. The bald man from National Institute of Social Security, as reported by the column, and former assistant to the operator, testified that Lulinha allegedly got 25 million reais and a 300,000 monthly allowance, as everyone knows. What kind of country are we seeing? That a guy, says the guy, Brazil's temporary representative, receives a dictator, then you can't associate him with a dictator, even though he's a friend, including several accusations over there in the United States about Carvajal and so on. That one friend financed the other friend's campaign, and they're not close, you can't associate them. A city councilwoman goes there, files a lawsuit. Then the Ministry of Justice sends the police, the federal police, to investigate Flavio, who is innocent. Now, whether it's 300,000 monthly or 25 million, no one knows if that's in reais, dollars, or euros. And then there's no investigation against him. They're just watching, asking for authorization, and so on. But an investigation like the one they're going to have now with Flavio doesn't exist. What kind of country is this? Then an even bigger bombshell comes out about the armed forces involving Careca, even worse. The company he used paid 700,000 reais to a lawyer. A friend of Glazy, a friend of Janja, Janja, who pushed for Lula to appoint her to the highest military court in the country. She became a minister of the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, even after being completely exposed there by Carlos Portinho that she didn't have the master's or doctorate, which is required to be a minister. She didn't have it. Even so, she got through. She made it, but now this scandal emerges. Her office received 700,000 reais from Careca through a company that nobody has any good information about yet. And nothing happens. Nobody says absolutely anything. This woman should have been removed right from the start, when the 700,000 reais were proven, which she admits. She herself says that she received it. Her office received 700,000 reais. Flavio is being investigated by the federal police. Here, there's absolutely nothing yet. Do you know why? Because unlike this physical therapist councilwoman, which is absurd what she did, but she did it. But unlike with proven facts, Bolsonaro made thousands of councilmen across the country. Do you see any councilman filing a lawsuit against this lady, against Lula's son? And the same goes for deputies, senators. The more there are, the better. Since a councilman filed a complaint against a lady like this, she should have already been removed. It makes the news, it appears on several websites, it shows the outrage. But that's not what makes us outraged. These guys are so afraid of suddenly losing their position. A minister, do you know who? And they don't do it, but they were elected to do exactly that, to oversee everything. Guilherme Guter, a special case, constantly files lawsuits there. We can't mention the guy from Curitiba. Now, Where are the other councilmen to do the same thing? Where are you? Where are the representatives? Are you just going to keep waiting for this to move forward for nothing? The lady should have already been removed. A while ago, Flavio Bolsonaro posted this video here.
In a relevant statement about fraud in Social Security, someone claimed that Lulinha, as the president's son is called, received money from the Careca do National Institute of Social Security by... There isn't one.
You see all this, right? They're just gonna let it die out, aren't they? A report like this because basically it's Metropolis. They should have filed 1,000 requests by now. There should be about 1,000 court requests for an investigation. For the federal police, it's all about pressure, guys. Brazilian society, see, it's the same thing. That girl there, she was put there by Janja. Helio Beltrano said the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation. Minister's writer got 700,000 from a company connected to Careca. Nominated by Gleisi Hoffmann, since she served as lawyer for Gleisi, Alckmin, several Workers' Party members, and repeatedly for Gleisi's ex-husband. The Workers' Party has succeeded in every scam. The party is always involved, yet we still see no response. Then Fux is giving the hint here. Look, here it is. He just requested a review in 101 trials from January 8th. 101 trials. The minister halted the analysis of all cases related to the coup acts, attended the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation plenary, and requested a review of all of them. Fux, of course. He's doing his job as a minister. Fux, Zenato, several other scandals, also involving other ministers, besides that one with Lula's minister and Lula's son. Where are this country's politicians? What if Andre Mendonça were in this situation with Moraes's or Fuchs's wife? Right away, physical therapist and PSOL city councilors would have already requested multiple investigations. Where are ours? Will you wait for Flavio Bolsonaro's ticket to be disqualified before acting? They must be waiting for that, and we need to demand it. If they had applied pressure early on, President Bolsonaro's situation would be different. Eternally lying in a splendid cradle? You must be joking, right? No, we have to speak up, my friends. There's no way I can stay silent. I just can't. If the physical therapist councilwoman does it, why can't ours? Here's a tip for you. Share this video on WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook. Hit the like button and join our family. Fuchs is doing his part. Look, soon President Bolsonaro's case will be in his hands, and we're going to see a lot of things happen.